This is our most challenging DIY home update ever. We were taken to the limit on this one. We had to overcome some serious challenges. In this project, we had to use new tools.
We had to overcome fear of messing up our entire house, frustration with new tools, and all while trying not to get hurt. You gotta see how this DIY turns out.
Hey guys, we're Daires and Akilah of DIY Power Couple.
And we're here to help you update your home
And save money by doing it yourself. In case you didn't know, we just moved to a new place. We're living with my mother-in-law, and we have a multi-generational family now. Don't worry, it's all good. This is my mother-in-law's parlor room, with a lot of our stuff still in it. It's dark and doesn't have any ceiling light, so we're gonna give it a little upgrade. If you've ever moved state to state or just moved anywhere, then you know how this feels. My wife asked my son and I to remove all this stuff from the room. We had our mission and we were sticking to it, but not without a little father and son time. Everything's just about ready for the next step. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt like you had to do a lot of pre-work before doing your actual DIY project? We painted the ceiling and the walls, and we were thinking about what we really wanted to do with this room. At first, we were just gonna add a ceiling fan with a light, and then we met Mike. Mike's our new neighbor now. Do you wanna know the crazy thing about meeting Mike? He absolutely loves DIY. I asked Mike this crucial question. So what would you do if this was your house?
Actually, funny you mention it. We actually have the same house.
What?
I know, right? Crazy. And so I actually think it's a great idea putting in the 4 lights. My house, I personally chose to go with the 6 lights. I believe that with 4 lights and a ceiling fan, it'll provide enough light in the space to accommodate your needs.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know that we have a membership. If you want to show appreciation for the channel and be a part of our inner circle, click to join on our homepage or in the link below. Now let's get back to it. To be honest with you, we had no idea of what it really took to do this kind of a DIY project, but we trusted Mike. And we're thankful that he was willing to show us everything we needed to know. Our first challenge was marking where we wanted the lights. Mike suggested that we use the round patterns that he created, and with painter's tape, stick them to the ceiling. I gotta say, it's always nice when someone shares their knowledge with you to make your DIY project a little smoother. Doing this gave us a glimpse as to what the lights would look like on our ceiling. Now I've got to tell you, we've installed several fans, and I've even done one with my son, but we've never actually put one in a bare ceiling. Lucky for us, Mike has. What he said was,
So we're gonna actually locate the ceiling fan now. And we're gonna do that by using a string line and thumbtacks to make a big X that goes across the room to locate the center of your room. Then we're gonna use our stud finder in order to locate all the joists that are above the ceiling. And that way we'll know what kind of junction box we need to buy in order to hang your ceiling fan.
While Mike and I were doing this, the thought of cutting holes in my mother-in-law's ceiling made my wife and I really nervous because things were about to become real. Check it out, we found the middle of the room. So one of the things I want to do is change the pattern to go with the string light so that everything is on this line right here.
I think that would look nice.
Oh yeah, let's try that. So if I actually make it in the center.
So let's hop up here.
After the string was completely up, we used the stud finder to mark and measure where we thought the joist would be above the ceiling. So what does this mean?
So it just means that we actually have a ceiling joist that is like centered on your room, which means we were going to use a different type of junction box.
If you're like us and you want to do a project that seems to be way over your head, we found that there's always a way to make it happen. The answer to your DIY problem exists, and there are people who are willing to help you even when others turn away. Look at us, we came from another state, and the solution to our DIY problem was already waiting for us. Your solution is waiting for you too. Our second challenge was learning how to use the products we bought for this new project. So now we had to head upstairs into the attic. We had to clear out some of the insulation that we just got because it was like a dark trap up there. We know that your DIY projects may seem impossible at times, but we made this video to encourage you in life and in DIY. You were made to overcome all opposition. And besides, it's just plastic, wood, and metal that you're dealing with.
Barely playing any. Right, you want to turn, there you go.
We made our first hole. You have the ability to think outside the box if necessary. Tools and materials do what you want them to do.
I think we got it first try.
It doesn't matter if you're an abstract creative or a linear thinker. Keep going and don't give up. We saw a lot of recessed lighting, but they didn't look like they went with this project. Some were just too big for us. My wife and I kept searching until we found our answer. This may be the one. You have DIY power in you that can help someone else. My wife said that's the one I think Mike showed us. Since he knows what he's doing, we're going to get this one for our project. Mike had to take care of a few things at work and gave us a few homework assignments. Not only did we have to cut holes in the ceiling ourselves, I'm sure you remember how I said how nervous we were at doing that. Focus is key with this. Another challenge that we faced is the fact that the drywall in this ceiling is super thick. It made sparks when the saw blades tried to cut it. It was hard to push the hand saw into it, and then it just crumbles when we made a hole. And then sometimes there's a lot of dust that comes out. It sure doesn't look as squeaky clean as some of those other videos I've seen on the internet. But like I said before, don't give up. Good things will happen. Remember, you're doing DIY, so there's always something around the corner. There's a nail in the joist that I'm trying to push back in. Guys, all I really had to do was pull this out. Mike showed us the correct wire to use, but it was in wire jail. This is everything needed to wire and install our lights. So we're back in the attic again, but this time it doesn't feel so scary. We're putting wire in the wall for our light switches. This new challenge is getting wire to each of the recessed lighting holes when you can't see them. When it's dark up there, and even in life, you gotta think of a way to get a glimmer of light into your situation. With this in mind, sometimes you have to create a way when there's other times you can't see the way. There's lots of ways to do things. But with this challenge, thinking outside the box in this manner allowed us to find the holes under the insulation with no problem. My wife could easily pull down the wires.
It's good.
To be honest with you, we didn't know that our in-laws' house needed so much wiring help. And I didn't know that my desire for new lighting would reveal so many things that needed to be fixed. Mike showed, helped, and explained every wiring situation that arose. My wife and I learned a great way to install a blue wire box to hold our new light switches. With Mike's help on this project, I felt like a young Jedi apprentice who's about to do something big in the universe with my multi-purpose oscillating sword. Tool.
There we go.
We would have never guessed how much work it actually takes to create all of the wiring for these lights. In case this is your first time seeing us, my wife has done many electrical projects, so she definitely had to get in on this one.
They start coming out.
I see him.
And how many wires?
We have a baby.
All right. Pull the box right out. We did it. Sorry. I'm making a funny face because I'm imagining what I'm touching with my hands.
Yeah.
There is a wire stick.
Yeah.
Mike grabbed the new wire from inside the wall, which was the beginning of a new challenge. We stuck all of the wires in the blue wire box, connected them to the power source so that the lights and fan would work, and yes, we taped them up where needed. We absolutely love this switch with a dimmer, but it came with its own set of challenges. At this point in the project, it didn't matter what the challenge was. We've had so many and we overcame them all. I knew that we would overcome this one too. This challenge right here is the one we've been waiting for. This part of the project really is an easy DIY. All we really had to do was connect the same colors together and place them in the junction box. It's just repetition at this point. As the project progressed, my wife, children, and mother-in-law began to see the light at the end of the tunnel. To us, even though we're DIYers and we've done a lot of projects, this project was extensive, especially after moving our family to another state, cleaning out the new house and shed, and updating several bedrooms. At the end of all of our stress, concerns, and nervousness regarding cutting the holes, this is how it turned out. Not only did we install recessed lighting, we installed a new fan, and new flooring was also installed to replace the old carpet. All in all, my mother-in-law's parlor received a much-needed update. Just so you know, this wasn't a total makeover. It was kind of a refresh to this older home.
So we tested it out. Now we have all these lights on, and I want to show you some of the lights. There we go. We got the fan. That's the fan from the junction box that we put in. And here are the other two lights. And on this side, we have these two lights. There we go, right there. Which one's that?
Yep.
There's my baby right there. So we're just thanking Mike for helping us put these lights in because it's much brighter up in here. And so we really appreciate that.
Absolutely, it was a fun
Thanks.
project.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video right here. And, you know, we just want you to know that we really appreciate you guys watching. And we appreciate Mike for taking time out of his schedule to help us out. And my wife is so excited about this that she can't contain herself. And I want you to know that you can DIY too.
Especially with a friend.
Yep.
So, babe, we literally put these lights in. I mean, mostly you and Mike, but look at what you guys did. That's like so impressive. This is like the best DIY and hardest DIY we have ever done.
Yeah.
So let everyone know, like, how did you feel?
I mean, to be honest with you, I felt a little stressed, a little anxiety about doing the project because when you're doing DIY and you don't know what you're doing, sometimes you can feel a little bit of, stress from that.
Yeah, because you don't even know what it's supposed to be like.
Well, I felt like I knew it was supposed to be like in the end. It was the process of going through it that was stressful.
Yeah, what helped you get through it? Like, what helped you tackle this project that we've never done?
Well, to me, I had to tap into the fact that some parts of it I actually knew how to do certain things, but the other parts that I didn't know how to do, I had to rely on Mike and just trust the process for that.
What about when Mike left us alone and we had to
Do these? right
yeah,
here?
ourselves? Like, how did you? I mean, you encouraged me, but like, what was going on in your mind?
I mean, Mike, he left instructions, told us what to do. And so I just followed the instructions. And, I said, somebody else has done it before, so I know I could do it.
Yeah, it's important to see people do things before so that you can do it. So what would you want to let our community know about this project?
I'll let them know that, we had to tap into our own DIY, inner DIY power to get this job done because this was extensive. This was a lot of work to do for us that we've never done before.
Yeah.
So it was kind of exciting at the same time. But like I said, I was stressed out. And even though you're stressed, just know that you still can go through the process and get it done.
Yeah. So good instructions and just
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Good attitude. It's
Yeah.
okay if we messed up. We messed up a couple times.
Yeah, you mess up, but you're able to fix it as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing is knowing that even if you mess something up, you can fix it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we leveled up. And so I'm excited about the next project.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like now that we've accomplished this project, we've leveled up and we're about to do some more. I have no idea what it is,
Exactly.
but I feel like we could do it.
I feel the same way. I mean, I feel like I've been empowered to do something else. So, that's the next thing we're going to do is find the next project and know that we can do that too.
Yeah. So just like what we tell everyone else, we feel like that's what we had to tell ourselves.
Exactly.
Remember,
You can DIY too.